Hey crypto traders, checking in on Bitcoin and the altcoin space. Very significant bounces underway. It originated with a stop flush and the scales tilting. And those who are experienced trading knew to be looking for this, and I will show you why we were looking for bullish entries on a bear break of 47.5 thousand on Bitcoin. And we'll see what we need from here for the bulls to prove to us that our bottom has been set for now. So here's the bounce in all of its glory. On the daily time frame, we can see 11 days in a row with a lower high every single day, and you can go all the way back to the bear market in 2018 and 2019, and you're going to be very hard pressed to find a streak that long. That's the backbone of why we were looking for bullish entries. Of course, daily oversold conditions. We know our back burner trades after an all-time high run. First 5-minute oversold, first hourly oversold, first 4-hour. Here's first daily oversold conditions. Another reason we were looking for a bounce, and the bounce has taken place significantly. Daily EMA 12 resistance being tested right now, and we'll break down the short-term technical analysis. But first, let's go back in time and let's look at why were we looking to buy a bear break. So, as I just said, daily oversold, 11 days in a row with a lower high every single day. So the setup was, in the chat room, posted this last night, I will be personally adding some ETH/USD if Bitcoin breaks 47.5 on this drop. I'm sticking with ETH as my horse because ETH/BTC is in a daily uptrend. I will consider adding if Bitcoin holds the level and then breaks the 4-hour lower highs, but that'll take longer to develop. Obviously, that did not happen. And then I talk about my position sizing a little bit because I was already in a position from 2220 essentially, and just showing that that position sizing was very small, so I was very comfortable buying into this weakness. So that is the setup. Why was I looking for a bounce? The two reasons I just gave. A third reason, I looked back at March and I said, okay, well here we bottomed with a notable pullback, a daily inside bar with the bulls attempting to get a bounce going. They failed, the inside bar broke bearish, we triggered the stop losses, and then that was our low. So I had a previous historical example from a couple months ago of the exact same setup playing out that just played out again. So that's point number 3 why I'm looking bullish. And now let's zoom in and go back in time to the break actually taking place. So here we have a 15-minute bounce attempt. This is the last attempt for the bulls to hold 47.5. We know the level that everybody is watching is 47.5. So it started with a 4-hour equilibrium that broke bearish. So just tightening range, bear break. Nope, wrong side. Here we go. Tightening range, bear break. So we took out one support level, 2 support levels. 47.5 is the only thing left. 15-minute bounce attempt, which ended up being a bear flag, was the bulls' last attempt to hold 47.5. So now let's freeze time. We break 47.5 and we trigger stops. How long do we stay? How long does the bear follow through last? So here's 47.5. Bear follow through lasted all of 5 minutes. Freeze right at the low, 47. Stop. Okay. In this moment, 47.5 triggers. Stop losses for anybody playing off the low of the bounce at that point triggers. Who is left to short? Who is left to sell their long position? The answer is no one. If you have not sold your long position and did not have a stop loss at 47.5, you're not starting to market sell at 47. If you are not short at this point, anybody entering short at this point is way late to the game and asking to lose money. So the scales tilt. The only people left, the moment the stops trigger, the only people left are bulls to buy the dip and shorts to cover. So as soon as 47 broke, well, I had a market order for ETH/USD that, or not a market order, a limit order, and I was taking a shower, and I was trying to do this all around life because I had other stuff going on at that point in time. So I'm showering, I set my bid, and it misses. I come out of the shower right as it's happening. I missed my bid filling by 40 cents on ETH because I had my bid at, whatever 40 cents above key support was. No, it wasn't based. It was based off 21.66 because that was our support, and I placed my buy at 21.71.11. I missed filling by 42 cents. Fortunately, I got out right as that bounce got underway, and I said, you MFers, I know what you're doing. Fine, I'll market buy. So I market buy my position because my bid did not fill. I got filled at pretty much 2,200. So not ideal, but not going to miss the bounce. So market bought to get a piece of the action. From there, it was very convincing that that was our momentum shift. We had a 2-minute trend change, a 5-minute trend change. We then V-shaped and got over 50,000. And at that point, we know our temporary bottom is in for now. And here we are trading in the 54, 53 is approaching, and we just broke 54. And again, it's just absolute complete control because the scales tilted. Now, you can't just say, well, a support breaks and I'm going to go long, because the bigger picture setup is the reason that this play was present. Because again, bears exhausted to the downside, nobody left to sell long, nobody left to go short, and now you have a one-directional trade in the other direction. So let's look at the size of this retracement. We are over a 382 retracement at this point, and a 50% retracement would be 56,000. If the bulls make it to 56,000, we are then going to be watching for an equilibrium to be the most likely scenario through the start of May, probably into mid-May, which is what an altcoin bull wants to see. They want the dominance chart to remain weak, as it still is. It's sideways, but they want the dominance chart to remain weak, and they want Bitcoin to give us a daily equilibrium so the altcoins can shine. We have not changed the 4-hour trend yet. We just confirmed an hourly bull flag off EMA support, and we will need a, well, actually, I guess that is a little 4-hour, very quick period of consolidation. So as soon as that happens, the 4-hour is no longer my go-to time frame. For clarity, I'm on the daily. And a loss of the 4-hour higher lows will be the first indication that our daily lower high is potentially being set. But again, at this point, we can drop 10% and still be looking for a daily higher low. So the bounce is certainly significant enough for the bulls to give themselves plenty of space where we can say, yes, our bottom is in for now. Monthly consolidation has not taken place. We will have to break that low if we're going to see monthly consolidation. It's a pattern of a higher low every single month. And with the month about to end in 4 days, it's going to be an inside bar month, in my opinion, in May, at least for the first half of May, as I said. So, nice save by the bulls, nice quick turnaround. And from here, bulls are going to be watching for first 5-minute oversold conditions. Did we just get one? We did. Look at that reaction. When you see that reaction to first 5-minute oversold conditions, you say, bulls are back in control of the short term. Very significant response to that technical setup. We'll be watching for hourly first oversold conditions, which isn't going to happen for a while, in my opinion. So again, just watching the next couple of days, how much follow through can we get? Can we get to the 50% retracement? Can we get over the 50% retracement? And now it's about finding the altcoins that are positioned more bullish than Bitcoin is. So the dominance chart is still very weak. Not a lot of information there, aside from the fact that Bitcoin dominance is proving nothing to us. ETH USD, big time bull move. So still holding my position. I did sell quick, so that's another point. So I had my already established position from 22.20, and I got my fill, and then I sold for a $50 quick flip because again, I knew I was busy that night. I did not want to stay in front of the computer. I had other things to do. So I said, okay, I'm locking in my quick $50 gain. I posted, if you're more aggressive, you're holding on for this bounce to take longer and hoping that this is our daily bottom. And obviously at this point it is. And I just took the half profit so that I could close the computer and not care. So my break even on the swing position that I still have on ETH is now down to 2170 or so, and just comfortably letting that play out. But again, it was a very distinct difference where in 2017, I call someone up and say, sorry, change your plans. And I've got to trade all night, but not in 2021. Some people did that, and congrats, and I hope it paid off. So ETH USD, little hourly higher low just formed. We're at resistance right now, and it's just the all-time high. The question is Bitcoin going to give us a daily lower high to help ETH give us a daily lower high before breaking 2646 to see a tightening daily range, because it's a very wide range that we've got going, or can the Bitcoin bulls keep up their momentum long enough for ETH to break 2646? Even if we break the all-time high, we're not going to anticipate much follow-through. We're going to be watching our 12-hour uptrending resistance line. Why? Because Bitcoin is anticipated to give us a daily lower high. But nice bounce. ETH BTC. The reason that I chose ETH is because of this chart. That being said, there's an initial little red flag, a double top. So just keeping a close eye on that. We don't want the momentum to be lost here. We still have 4-hour higher lows, but if we see a bear break of 4, 5, 7, 9, that's a red flag for me. And I would then shift my focus to potentially a different altcoin or maybe Bitcoin if the dominance chart is starting to bounce with some follow through. So I'm watching the 4-hour uptrend very closely on ETH BTC. It doesn't mean I'm going to sell the ETH that I have. It just means that the next bullish trades that I make may be with a different coin. Matic is in the spotlight. Matic USDT, big bull move over 543. We're rhyming now. Believe that's all-time highs? Yep. So bulls in complete control. This is your lead altcoin spotlight bull, at least one of them. Hourly high or low off of EMA 12. I'm sure it was 5-minute oversold conditions. Right down to it. Beautiful entry for the bulls. Follow through to a new high. So hourly high or low is our guide. Daily chart is in breakout mode, and most importantly, the BTC pairing is doing the exact same thing, which is our spotlight. Best case scenario for the bulls. And we know it's rocket mode. If Bitcoin's going up and your BTC pairing on an altcoin is bullish, that's when things get really bullish really fast. So we'll be watching the hourly uptrend, and we'll be watching this correlation to see how long Matic can stay in the spotlight. Binance. Daily equilibrium is absolutely worth paying attention to because it's crystal clear. Anything under 614 is a daily lower high. And we got to be watching the BTC pairing closely here because a break is imminent. We're getting real tight. And if we see a bear break to lose this daily high or low of 9205, then we are likely going to see an equilibrium on Binance. If we're going to get a bull break to test the all-time high, in my opinion, we have to see the bull break of the BTC pairing as well. So daily equilibrium, crystal clear. Must hold support 450. Tightening daily range worth paying attention to. XRP. Shift in momentum. It wasn't a pattern of a lower high every single day, but it was very close to that. Same shift in momentum as Bitcoin currently has going on. And the difference is the BTC pairing is going up as well. So the percentage gains, even though this daily chart looks the same for the US dollar pairing of XRP and for Bitcoin, we certainly know it's a much greater percentage move because the BTC pairing is going up as well. So we're watching the hourly and 4-hour uptrends here. We are scouting, I would say anything under 197 is a daily lower high. And again, size of the retracement is going to help the bulls gauge whether an equilibrium is the most likely scenario. Bulls want to get to the 50% retracement at 144. Short-term uptrends are our guides. Keep an eye on the bullish correlation that is here for XRP, BTC, and the US dollar pairing. Litecoin still showing us some weakness. So it's making the same bull move as Bitcoin, but look at the BTC pairing. It's not doing anything. So there's tons of altcoins that are moving up faster than LTC right now. And we're going to have to see a bull break of this inside bar for that to shift. For LTC USD, anything under 290 is a daily lower high. But if the BTC pairing is not bullish, we know there are plenty of altcoins that have bullish BTC pairings. And again, for me, that just always means there's a better coin to be trading out there for bigger gains. So we'll see if this inside bar can break bullish to try and regain some spotlight. We know that Litecoin and XRP often trade hand in hand at times. Let's see if Litecoin's going to act as a laggard and try and see a BTC pairing bull break tomorrow to try and play a little bit of catch up. So overall, congrats to the dip buyers. Again, a lot of confidence on the size of this bounce. The scales tilted. There was nobody left in the short term to go bearish or sell, which means only bulls in the short term. That being said, there will be bears scouting daily lower high entries. And we're watching for a tightening daily range on Bitcoin into mid-May. Feel free to ask any questions. I appreciate you watching. Do good things, and we will check back in shortly. Dogwoods are in bloom. The lilacs are starting to bloom. That's my favorite spring smell, these big green bushes. Flowers are starting to come on, and they're just so strong that it's a cloud when you walk outside the house of just real good flower smell. going to transplant a fig tree that was given to me in this spot where the bush was taken out from the lawnmower. And a surprising number of people thought that I was actually 6 beers deep trading on my laptop and ran off the lawn into a bush. The reality is something's wrong with one of my wheels and it was wet out, and once I got on the momentum I lost it. Rather than stopping, I tried to turn and it didn't turn. Got some new flowers that I transplanted. These are perennials that'll come up every year, just plugging holes. In another few years there will be no space anywhere. I don't know what they are, some kind of lilies. Don't know what these are, maybe some kind of tulip variety. I don't really care about what things are much, because I'm not going to eat these. We're going to call this one Paprika Lily. That's the new variety name. In this spot here, this is a rock that I put bird seed on. That's a fig tree. The figs are one of the last trees or bushes to put out any leaves. And in this spot, I'm going to transplant a bunch of snapdragons that I have, and those are perennials and it'll keep coming back. Excited about that.